It's time for a shrimp tank update. And today we're going to be talking about my neon yellows. Now this is the tank I haven't talked about in a while. Mainly because, well, if you watched my previous videos, you'd know that when I got these shrimp and I ordered them, this tank had a cycle crash when they were in shipment. I was scrambling to get everything set back up. Long story short, the tank was fully cycled again, and I put the shrimp in there, but they were still dying. Turns out I made a really newbie mistake by letting the nitrates get built up a little bit from emergency cycling, and I lost a bunch of shrimp, and I only had 3 shrimp left, and I thought all of them were male. But alas, one day I walked downstairs and saw that one of them was a female because she was buried. In other words, she had eggs under her swimmerettes, and I was like, huzzah! And a few weeks later, those eggs hatched. Now, they were too tiny to see for a very long time, because when they first hatched, they're pretty microscopic. I mean, figuratively speaking. But now, as you can plainly see, they are very visible. And all the shrimps are happy, and the water is perfect again. So yeah, newbie mistake after panicking after a cycle crash, because I have shrimp coming in the mail. No, the water was bad, killed my bacteria. I got to get a cycle again. And I think I had measured no ammonia, no nitrite. Yay, I have a cycle. Forgot about the nitrate to check up on that once in a while. Oh no, the nitrate's really, really high. That's why my neon yellows keep dying, because I ordered 10 of them. And by the time they got in this tank, there were maybe 8, and then I got down to 3 after a few weeks, and every few days another one was dying, and I was like, why? It was the nitrate! It's always the nitrate. But yes, it was the nitrate problem that I had. But, thankfully, I fixed it. A few simple small water changes done very slowly did the job. And now the water is pristine again, which allowed these little guys to exist. Although I may have lost a number of shrimp in my endeavor to get them to adjust to this tank, I have now gained a bunch of shrimp. And I've tried counting them, and they're kind of all over the place, but there's definitely at least 20 of them from one female. Oh, Mama Shrimp right here saved my entire investment. Oh, Mama Shrimp, I'm so thankful you survived. You were the only Mama Shrimp left. But yes, that's why you haven't seen this tank in a while, because there's really been nothing to show. I've been waiting for her to, have her eggs hatch, and then have the shrimplets grow a bit before I showed you guys, and here we are now. But yeah, don't make a newbie mistake like I did. I've been keeping shrimp and fish for a while now, and the fact that I made this mistake was totally inexcusable. For someone of my experience, and I'm not like a super pro or anything, but I have enough experience that I should have known better than to leave certain things unchecked for too long. I think it's the curse of the API Master Test Kit. With the Liquid Test Kit, there's more work involved just to get basic answers. Yeah, it's more accurate, but then you start to not do it as much. There's a certain point where you can start monitoring instead of testing, once in a while. But when you cycle a tank, it's got to be like every day you test, and that was my bad. Thankfully, things worked out. So yeah, the neon yellow tank went from being almost an entire failure and everything not surviving to everything thriving and being extra happy and super duper shrimpy. Now Mama Shrimp and the babies right there are eating some little nom-noms I gave them, the high calcium veggie sticks, which the babies have learned to enjoy quite swimmingly. Enjoy that fish pun? Yes, I bet you did. Or you're rolling your eyes. Either one's fine. Point is, they're happy and they're eating it, and they're growing very quickly. And I cannot wait for this colony to get nice and huge, because I'm not stopping there. one of the things I do with my shrimp tanks to ensure that their genetics don't get all wonky on me is I get 1 or 2 generations from the original owner, or from the original batch where I got it from. In this case, Aquatic Arts, which, by the way, they did a fantastic job with shipping and everything and packaging. It was all phenomenal. And I get them from one breeder, let them grow, get a generation or two, and then I go to a different reputable breeder, and I take those shrimp and mix them in with them. Same type of shrimp, same species and same color morph. And that gives them more of a diversified set of genetics, and it really helps out with maintaining their color, because mixing genetics is a very common practice to ensure that, with too much inbreeding, their color goes away and returns more to a wild type. So then you have to cull them, which means you got to take them out and get rid of them. But if you mix the genetics of 2 different sets of shrimp that have the same color morph, they maintain their color much longer, and the offspring tend to be very good quality. And I know that for a fact because my Dream Blue Velvet tank over on the right from this tank is actually a mix of 2 different sets of genetics, 2 different sets of breeders. And the offspring came out fantastic. And they've just been wonderful. So the Dream Blue Velvets have been established for a long time now in terms of shrimp. The Neon Yellows I thought were just going to be kiboshed completely with my dumb mistake. But learn from my mistakes, people. Don't make the mistake I made. Make sure to check up on your water parameters, once in a while at least. And if you're cycling your tank, check on it every day until you absolutely are sure all the levels are perfect before adding a fish. So, yeah. And don't crash your cycle when you order a shrimp. That was just bad timing, honestly. I couldn't control that. I ordered the shrimp, then the cycle crashed. But, yeah, so these guys are doing really well. And, like I said, there's at least 20 babies. And for one mama, go mama shrimp. Yeah. So this is the first time I think I've been able to really show off these little guys. And also, you notice my video feed, my video is very stable. I finally got a little attachment to hook my phone up to my tripod, so no more jiggly hands everywhere. So, beyond that, there's really not much to tell. They just mainly feed on biofilm for most of the day. I just dropped one veggie stick down in there when the lights turn on, and that lasts them through the whole day. And, just keep doing that, keep checking up on the parameters, and I think I'm going to have a ton of neon shrimps, which is going to be awesome. So, that being said, I am well on my way to having my own little shrimp store-ish thing, I guess you might say, because I'm going to detach from this for a second. Because down here, I got my Neon Yellows. Down here, I've got my Dream Blue Velvets. Some of the better color ones are up there. And up here, I've got my pumpkin shrimp. But I plan on adding more colors as I progress through my, I don't know what you call it, my multiple tank syndrome, as some people might say it. But, yeah, the next set of shrimp that I plan on buying after I sell enough shrimp to afford the equipment are Bloody Mary cherry shrimp, which should be the deepest red cherries possible. And then after that, I think I'm going to go with multicolored shrimp for the first time. Specifically crystal red cherries. Or crystal red shrimp, I should say. No, they're not cherry, they're crystal red. which will be interesting because I really don't know how those colors sustain themselves through the generations, so we'll see what happens. But that is the update. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for your interest in these little guys. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, show your friends, check out my other videos. I've got plenty of them, and as always, I will talk to you later. Stay fishy.